Hey, hi, hello, and good afternoon. My name is Amanda, and welcome to Harmony Portal Tarot Live. Hour and 15 minutes before the cheesecake is done. Oh, yum, that sounds so good. Get some words in. Yes. How's it going with that, Brandy Lynn? I'm still chugging along. Got my winner's t-shirt. For those of you that are like, what the heck are those two talking about? NaNoWriMo, National Novel Writing Month. That is taking place this month in November. And I just loved the design this year. I think it was so cute. I think they were calling it Creature Comforts. And ordered the Creature Comforts mug, but they sent me the wrong mug. So I had to reach out and let them know, hey, really the main reason I even placed the order was that mug got me. I think it's so cute. And I like the design of the mug. It's not just your average mug. The one I got, did I delete the pictures? Did I save it? I'll show you, not that anyone cares. But I'll show you the mug they sent me and the mug that I was expecting. Let's see, do I still have it? I should, I think, maybe. Okay, I won that day. Did I not save? Did email them to myself, so maybe they're in there. I probably deleted the email as well. I don't know. Well, it was like it said sorrel on it. It was a design I don't remember ever seeing on their website, and it's not there now. So I don't know how they came up with this mug to send in place of the Creature Comforts mug. But let me just see. NaNoWriMo shop. I'll show you the mug that I was expecting to get. Since I don't know where I put the pictures. Did I delete them? Am I really that up on my camera roll? Because normally I just let it pile up. Let's see. Where's the Creature Comforts mug? There it is. I just love it. I like the design of the mug, and it feels like substantial. I like a substantial mug. Let's see. We can get to. It's basically this same design, but kind of reworked a bit. So there's one view of it, the middle portion, and the other side. There we go. I like that it doesn't say the year on this one, just because, it's just NaNoWriMo in general. The winner's shirt, though, says NaNoWriMo 2023, because you've got to remember what years you won, right? Yeah, I don't have the ones. Oh, no, it's right here. Okay, so here's a picture of the mug. Wood sorrel for joy. I don't know. That's the mug they sent me, and I'm like, I didn't even see that on there, and it's not a bad mug, but it's definitely not what I wanted exactly. One of the reasons I cut down on online shopping because the warehouse shipper error is a headache. Oh, it so is. It so is. Yeah, I try to shop as local as I can, but something like a national event, sometimes you do have to, if you want to order that way, but right. Hello everybody, let me do some shout outs. Everybody's here. Yeah, I mean, it still says NaNoWriMo on it, but it says something like wood sorrel for joy. I don't know. Is that some sort of flower or herb or something? I know sorrel, I've heard of that before. I don't know enough about it, though, to be confident about what it is. But yeah, that's where we're at with that. We will be looking for furniture this time. There you go. Let's do some shout outs. We've got Brandy Lynn. We've got my mom. We've got KDR. Yes, my mom, Mardell Kiefer, is in the house. At least she was right before the live stream started. She's going to be our first donation question today. We're going to also be doing a collective and, of course, our giveaway and our drawing, our perpetual drawing. Oh, my kids have been in here, I can tell, because this always is right here unless Wrigley is always sitting here, Boston's sitting there, and then they mess up my spot. Don't do that. Oh, you crossed the 40K line. That's amazing. Yeah, I kind of got a bit of a head start just because I keep forgetting the estimate. I probably should add up all the words that were original words from NaNoWriMo 2019. Of course, I did rework and kind of do a pass through, like an edit, and make sure, I don't need this line of dialogue anymore, or, I got to do a different theme stated, all the fun things. So I did rework the words that I had existing, but as of I'd say halfway through first half of the second act. It was all new words from there. And I've been like getting anywhere from 1,700 to 2,000 words every day since I crossed the winner's line. And I am not, at least as of right now, not feeling like I'm slowing down or getting bored or getting blocked. No, because I still have my outline in each scene, giving me a little play-by-play or a rundown of what needs to happen. Although I've gone off script a few times, I mean, of course, what I had there was enough to get me to brainstorm and kind of expand on the scene, or even put a little scene between scenes I had, which has just been amazing because I haven't been in a headspace to be able to do this in 4 years, you guys. Like, it feels so good. I'm still riding that high of being able to get myself back in this story world. So what I'm saying is every day I spend, usually the first part of the day, whatever time I start, usually during the week when the kids are at school, I'll start around 9 a.m. and I'll just work until I get my words, and sometimes go a little bit beyond, make notes to myself in the scene coming up the next day so that I know the direction that my line of thinking is going without just cutting it off abruptly. I'm just trucking along and I'm feeling really good about it. And yeah, just so many scenes that just came out of nowhere, but they feel like they were always meant to be there, even though they're brand new to me. And conversations that I didn't anticipate happening, a friendship that I knew kind of existed, but is kind of growing, that I didn't really, I saw the big picture, but once you kind of get down in the dirty details, you're like, oh, okay, sweet. Like, that's where I'm at right now. It feels good though. It feels so good to be back in the story world. I'm like living in the 90s for the first part of the day, and then by afternoon, I'm picking the kids up back in the year 2023. So fun, you guys. I can't even. Let's see. Yes, cheesecake. Brandy Lynn's getting ready for tomorrow's American Thanksgiving. Rosie's here. Hello. Brandy Lynn's here. Mila. Let's see. Amber's here. Hi, Amber. Let's see. Robin Stinson is here as well. Mardell, she says, nice mug. This mug or the one? No, I'm just kidding. Yes. Let's see. So nice mug. I like them both. Maybe they will send the other one, but let you keep both. It says in their terms of whatever that they'll send me a return label, but I haven't seen that come into my email box yet. So I guess time will tell. I'm happy either way. If they want it back, that's totally cool. But if not, I'll give it to you, Mom. Yeah, all looking for furniture. Special thing. That makes sense. Yeah, right. Oh, it's an herb. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Oh, you just got a new home and need furniture to make it livable, right? Sometimes even moving from one place to another. I mean, this house I live in is it was our starter home, and we're still here. But I'd lived a few places between times, and sometimes when you move into a new to you place, you don't want to bring all the old crap. Like, I totally get it. Or you just, maybe the space is bigger and the couch or the chairs you had just were feeling like doll furniture in your big space or something. Like, I wish that was the case. We actually have the opposite problem. We have this huge sectional and not a very big living room area. So we even measured when we bought it and thought, oh yeah, this will be fine. And it's been a thorn in my side since like 2010, I think, is when we finally got the couch. Yeah, 2010. Wow, that couch is already that old. Wow, did not realize it's, 13 years old? Holy cow. I'm about in the middle of the second part of Act 2. So I'm probably tomorrow going to cross the middle line of second half of the second act of Act 2, right? Second half of Act 2 to get me toward Act 3. Yeah, so I'm trucking along, and I kind of just in my own calculation figured I would be right around or right after the beginning part of Act 3 when Nano ended, but I'm gonna keep writing until this book is done. So if that takes me into December, let's do it. I'm just on this, let's do it. I'm just so in the world and just ready to show up every day. So why not? I'm almost at this point feeling like I'm going to be sad when this book is written, because I really won't, but because I've been thinking about this specific book since 2019. But let's take it back all the way to 2005 when I originally had these ideas. And these scenes have been living in my head rent free for so long. And now they're being written, and that's that, you know? And it's weird because the writing is just flowing because so many of these scenes have been living rent free in my head. So that's a good thing, I guess. But even some of these scenes that, again, just kind of snuck up on me or, make sense to the plot and the way I'm going or direction I'm going, they feel so natural and so exactly the next step that's needed that I don't know where this is coming from, but I am here for it. Let's just put it that way. So fun. Yeah, still in Act 2, but halfway. So halfway between the midpoint and Act 3 or the break into 3. That's about where I'm at. Maybe just slightly closer to the midpoint section, but not by much. Maybe by a scene or two. Hello, Linda. Hello, Jamie. Hello, hello. Yes. Yep. Hello. Did I say, yes, I said Linda. I said Jamie. Hello. Yeah, I'm going to just keep riding this wave until it takes me to the shore again, because it's been 4 years coming for me to get back into this story world in like a cohesive way that I feel like I'm actually contributing and not just spinning my wheels. So I love that for me. Yeah. You have like 3 more to write though. Right. And maybe 4, because the deeper I get into book 2, the more book 3.5, as I'm kind of tentatively calling it in my notes app, feels like it might be an official thing. I did not want to have to figure out another book between my existing books 3 and 4, but I'm pretty sure at this point, book 4 will have to move down yet again to book 5. But again, I guess it's a good problem to have as a writer. To have content to actually write is a good problem to have, right? So that's where I'm sitting right now, and it feels good. Yeah, you have like 3 more to write. Yeah, I know what you mean about the post-draft depression. It's kind of crazy. And I kind of even had that with book 1, and it's interesting because I wrote the first 52,000, or was it? I can't remember. I get Nano's 2018 and 2019, the only 2 other ones I participated in. I get them mixed up all the time. I'm pretty sure it was the first Nano I wrote 60,000 words. Yes, that's what it was. And then Nano 2019, I wrote 50,200 words or 52,000 words. I can't remember if it's 50,200 or 52,000. But I basically got just to the Nano threshold and then stopped in 2019 because I realized, just as I realized in book 1, but I just kept going in book 1 and then kind of took December to re-outline, to separate the beginning part of book 2 into the now book 2 from book 1, same problem I had both times. But this time writing book 2, second time around, I didn't write the full book 2 the first time around, but I got a ways in. But because I really thought about it and really even took my personal understanding of story structure and plot and theme and all the fun things of storycraft, took it up a notch enough that I'm not going to have to, I'm not in like Act 3 going to realize, oh no, there's a whole other book here. No, I've got it figured. I've got it figured, and I'm crossing my fingers when I outline book 3 sometime next year that I can just do the same thing. It's like the more that I actually put into practice the writing, the more I can just kind of intuitively feel how many words this act is going to take, that act is going to take, because you can't just have like 40,000 words in Act 1 and 30,000 in Act 2 and 10,000 in Act 3. No, there has to be like structure to it. And there has to be, roughly anywhere from 20 to 25% of your book is Act 1. 50 to 60%, some people even go 60%. I like to stick around 50, 52, 55% max for my Act 2. And then Act 3 should be your last 20 or 25% of your novel. If you lean too far this way or that way in Act 1 or Act 3, people will intuitively start picking up that, okay, this is lagging or the pacing is off. Or there's way too much book here, something like that. And, the more I write, the more I'm really just intuitively able to feel this out. So it feels good to know that I'm getting somewhere, and it's not me just spinning my wheels anymore. So that's, I guess, enough about that for now. Let's get into a collective reading. Hello, Cha-Cha. Hello, Amber A. Hope I said hello to everybody. If I missed you, just put a waving emoji. If I did say hi, that's fine. You can also put a waving emoji, but I don't want anyone to feel like I just purposely skipped over them or am singling them out as I'm ignoring you. If you have said hi or said something in the chat and I didn't acknowledge you, I'm acknowledging you now. I'm sorry if I missed you. We're going to be using the Heartscape Tarot. They are all in this orientation, which I think is fun and different than the usual, vertical orientation of the cards. And it's just such a beautiful deck. I love this deck so much. So we're going to use this one tonight. And we're just going to feel into the collective of our little collective, not so much the greater collective of the world, but just our little collective, just to see what we need to know tonight and just kind of moving us into the next week or so. I will, though, be again live on Black Friday. I don't know if anyone will be around here, if it'll be crickets or if it'll be busy because, Black Friday's its whole own beast, if you will. But I'm planning to be here Friday at the normal time, 11 a.m. Mountain Time. And we'll kind of dive into the full moon energies or what's kind of going on. It'll be 11 a.m. Mountain Time, so that'll be 1 p.m. Brandy Lynn's time on Friday. So hopefully anybody doing any Black Friday shopping, if you still want to be here for it, you'll be here, hopefully. But let's see. Hello, KK. What do we need to know? Ooh, we have the Knight of Swords. There's going to be some forward momentum or being able to move forward or just progressing. Those of you that feel like me right now with my story that things are just trucking along. I'm just making progress. Here it goes. More of the same. Good stuff going on with that. Could even be that you're taking action or you get a bit of news, that Page of Swords that comes before the Knight. You get a bit of news or a bit of information that kind of feels like a missing piece to something that you've been wondering or ruminating about or just curious about that will then allow you to take that next step. What else do we need to know? What else do we need to know? Justice. Okay, so there's some balance coming in. I'm personally feeling tired and exhausted, cannot sleep in the night too. Anyone else experiencing the same? I've been having a lot of really vivid dreams that feel almost like reality, but like, dreams and how weird they are. And fun fact, I have been forgetting to do my little protection thing and, not going to the dumpster fire of the astral realm at night. So that's probably why I've been having a lot of vivid, just weird, kind of creepy-tastic or creep-tastic kind of dreams where I just don't feel like I'm in my own sovereignty or my own personal power. A lot of that has been going on. So Amber, thanks for bringing that up. That will remind me and maybe those of you that are maybe more on the East Coast or ready for bed very soon to do your due diligence to protect yourself before you go to bed and go to that dumpster fire of the astral realm. And if you're wondering, well, how do I protect myself? A statement of sovereignty and just saying, what I do is I connect to my true spirit. I say my consciousness connects to my true spirit and I am guided and protected by my true spirit at night. So whatever my true spirit is that exists outside this matrix is in charge and in control of my consciousness while I'm sleeping. And I find the nights that I actually do remember to do that, I have a more restful sleep. I don't have a lot of crazy dreams. I still might have vivid dreams, but they feel productive or like they're giving me insight and intuitive knowledge about how to go about my life. They're not so running from bad guys and your teeth falling out. They're not so creepy pasta, So yeah, there's some balance definitely coming for those that need a bit of balance in their life. And me, I can always sign up for a bit of balance. I'm always either one direction or another. But let's see. Anyone dealing with any kind of legal issues? That also, you might hear something about any kind of lawsuit, legal issue, any injustice that's occurred or been accrued on you coming up is going to be delegated to the universe to, right that wrong for you in some way. But we also have the Five of Cups. So this is going to be very important for us. Sorry, my thing is trying to put someone in timeout and I did not mean to click on anything. So that's fun. Okay, there we go. Done. It's going to be very important for us because, many of us feel or intuitively know that we're in some sort of spiritual battle while we're incarnated on this planet. It's just every way we turn, there's something going awry, going amiss. But this is going to be very important for us to really understand where our focus is going. If we're ruminating on a lot of negative thoughts, a lot of times it's not even us thinking those negative thoughts, like I've said so many times here. But we almost will subscribe or jump on board or the bandwagon or thought spiral on the negative thoughts, thinking that they're ours, and then we just, before we know it, we're really feeling good. Yeah, I love this deck so much. I think it's just absolutely beautiful. It's just stunning imagery. But this really is about a shift of focus, and specifically from these three broken cups here that aren't going to hold any weight or any liquid anymore, and shifting our focus to the two of cups here. So for some of you, that could literally be shifting your focus to a connection, be it romantic or otherwise, where you're just really prioritizing deeper connections with someone or maybe even a group of people, which of course, those of you that are gathering with friends or family tomorrow for the American Thanksgiving holiday, um, whether you celebrate it as in its official capacity or just kind of put your own spin or your own meaning on it, like I do. I don't want to subscribe to the original meaning, because as we know, when we were kids, we learned that it was all this, brotherhood and, helping and gathering together. And the truth of that reality is probably that is actually a fiction that we've been told as young children, and the reality of the situation was actually much more sinister. So I personally just choose to honor and love and respect all the ancestors, mine and everyone else's, and just be very grateful for those that I love, and the roof over my head, the clothes on my back, and just finding that gratitude for myself. So maybe you yourself are just finding a new way to celebrate not only this Thanksgiving holiday, those of you that do celebrate, but any holiday out there. A lot of people, when they do awaken, they'll start questioning, well, why do I celebrate this? Why do I celebrate that? Like, what's the reason? And then you look into the history of some of this stuff. It's very dark, very sinister stuff. Even like actual Christmas and Santa, Saturnalia, look that up. That's a whole rabbit hole. And the Christmas of 2016, of course, my best friend John passed away that Christmas, but I just was not in the holiday spirit at all, because I learned, a lot of where they get, this symbolism and these archetypes, and it's just really disgusting. Yeah, I talk about a dumpster fire, right? But let's just see. What else do we need to know the upcoming week or so? Ooh, yeah. For those of you that are missing someone that either passed away or they're just no longer in your life, you're just missing their energy, there might be a bit of grief coming up, but I love that the Six of Wands also came out. This is victory. So those of you that are feeling, a certain type of way, that you're missing someone around this time of year, or there's a sad, just maybe you did spend the holiday with this person and they're no longer in your life, or they've passed away, and just missing them, you're going to have a victory, a personal victory coming in, where not that you're going to overcome your grief and all this, but you're using it in a productive way. So there's a sense of also recognition coming for some of you over the next week, where you're being recognized for your talents, or a job that you did, or someone might be even complimenting you on something as well. All right, what else do we need to know? Spiritual gifts. Spirituality gives us a channel through which to question everything, right? Yes, absolutely. And it's just that word discernment that comes up, because something could have a ring of truth to it, but is the whole thing that you were just told true? Like, that's where your own spiritual discernment comes in very handy. Well, look at this. We got some manifesting magic afoot here as well. So I think that's really going back to this Five of Cups energy of where are you putting your focus? Because what we resist persists, but also where our attention goes, our energy flows. And I know there's such like cliche, like new agey, or like even like those like self-help guru type people say that a lot, but there is a bit of truth, or maybe quite a lot of truth to just the fact that whatever it is that you start really focusing your energy on, that energy will start amplifying. Perfect example, when we were looking for we were pretty sure we were going to buy another Ford Explorer when we were looking to buy my new car. Well, new to me, it wasn't brand new, it was used, but we were just saying, okay, Ford Explorer. So we started like doing research and, comparing, and wouldn't you know it, every time we'd leave the house, you'd see like 20, 30 Ford Explorers, and that's all you would see. So the same thing happens when you really start putting your interest and your attention, your energy, your focus into something. Someone might even be learning something, or learning new ways to manifest what you're wanting to experience rather than just settling for what's currently going on. Because as I always say, your current, present day, now moment surroundings, how you feel, what's around you, the clutter, and energetically and literally around you. These are all manifestations of your past. I bought this lamp in the past. I got all this stuff in the past. It didn't happen just right now. So everything you see and you look around and you're like, oh, I don't really like this, or I'm really not feeling this anymore. You have the ability in this now moment to then shift that. It may not shift instantly, but in a future now moment, you will now have a reflection of the now moment you've just shifted. But by then it will be a past moment. Very interesting how all this works. But let's see. What else do we need to know? What else do we need to know? Time to move on. And I think this is very telling here. Those of you that are grieving or have been really struggling with something, a lot of times, and I will call myself out on this personally because I have done this so many times. Oh, your truck is the Ford Explorer. Oh, that's so cool. Our neighbor across the street has one of those Ford Explorer trucks as well. That's so cool. But so many of you, and like I said, I've done this before. Oh my gosh, yes! It was time for him to move on, Jamie. I'm so happy for you guys. I love that. But yes, my own personal example is sometimes just like, let's take my healing journey, for example. We could point out all these things about us that aren't where we want to be or not good enough about ourselves, or, oh, I should have learned that lesson by now, or why can't I let go of that grief, or whatever it is. And on this healing journey, we can almost just become addicted to, or just so used to feeling like crap that we just expect it. Again, where our attention goes, our energy flows. And back in like late 2020, going into early 2021, I was in a really dark night of the soul kind of vibe. And I was just all in. I was doubling down on healing, booking all these healing sessions, trying to do my own self-healing, and just so much so to the point that, she looks battered and bruised and beaten up here. And I felt much the same way. And sometimes we just have to, like get into our own way and say, stop. Yes. Like crack down on victimhood. Yes. And, it can feel bad to call ourselves out or to even have to call out a family member or a friend. But like, sometimes it is like the wake up call energy, or just that, okay, quick little, not mean, but like little nice smack upside the head. Like, what are you doing? So many of us can get into that without realizing that we are almost, I won't say addicted. I don't know if that's the right word, but just used to, just like we're expecting bad things to happen so that more bad things start happening. And I think that's really going to be where this shift in perspective of this Five of Cups comes in handy for us to consciously make a choice to move on from something that just doesn't feel good. And that doesn't mean that you accept it like as it is, or that you're just going to forget about it. La la la, can't see you, can't hear you, you can't see me, can't see you. None of the spiritually bypassing type stuff. But sometimes we just need a break from all the healing or the whatever it is in your life, insert here. Sometimes you just need a break. And then when you have that break, a lot of times that break, doing something completely unrelated to whatever this thing is, will give you that fresh perspective you've been seeking. But a lot of times when you're lost in the forest, you can't see the trees anymore, that kind of energy. So it definitely is time to move on from something that has been feeling very heavy or weighing on you. These could be thoughts, these could be emotions, these could be relationships, these could be situations or organization systems around your home. Like I've completely had it with my little like appliance cupboard. Every time I open the door, things just tumble out. I'm like, no, I'm done with this. Do I even want everything in here? Maybe I don't. Maybe I want to declutter some of it, but that's a task for another day. But just my own personal examples sometimes are the best way I can relate this information to you guys. But look at this. We've got Mercury with mind and speech. And I looked it up today because I'm like, are we in a weird like Mercury retrograde? Normally Mercury retrogrades, even though I'm in Mercury Mahadasha right now in my Vedic astrology chart, I actually don't mind. I don't mind Mercury retrogrades, and I actually thrive really well under Mercury retrograde normally. Not always, but normally. And I even looked it up today. I'm like, when is the next Mercury retrograde? Because it kind of to me feels that energy of Mercury retrograde right now. But it's not till December 13th. So we're not even in that shadow period of it yet. But it's coming. It's coming in hot, and it's going to be from December 13th through kind of the rest of the year or early January. But so many of us are just being called at this time to really watch our mind, meaning our thoughts, and especially those spirals. We can have good thought spirals too. So there's nothing wrong with our thoughts spiraling. That happens to me a lot with this book stuff. I'm so immersed in this world that my thoughts just spiral. Like, what if this happens? What if that happens? Oh, he could say this. She could say, like, that's a good thought spiral, at least for me personally. But, we can get in those negative thought spirals as well. But this is really just about minding our own thoughts, really examining our mind, and also what we say to other people. Really thinking about what we say before we say it can really save us, especially those of us that maybe say something we don't mean and then we regret it later, or maybe we meant it in the moment but we don't mean it now. If something like that is going on, it's just about really holding your tongue and making sure this is what you want to say, or this is what you want to convey or project onto somebody before saying it. And you might even realize that other people are kind of watching their words around you and not just saying the first thing that flies off the handle for them. And just really thinking about, rather than reacting, you're responding, and vice versa. There might be some of this going on in relationships where someone's actually pleasantly surprising you with how they're showing up in a more mature way than maybe they normally do. All right, so I hope that resonated. And if it didn't, you don't have to claim it as your reading. These are just offerings. You do not have to accept them. But don't go anywhere, you guys. We do still have our giveaway coming up. We have our perpetual drawing. We're going to enter everybody who was in the giveaway today into the drawing, or anyone who's here when we start writing the names out. You can be included. And then we're going to draw another name and keep it going with our perpetual drawing, which has been so much fun for me. And hopefully it's been fun for you as well. So much fun. Yeah, not to downplay our feelings and situations, but you knew what I meant. Oh yeah, it's a very easy slope to go down. Yeah, totally. Yep. Yes, absolutely. All right. So Mardell, my mom, is our first donation tonight. I'm going to go ahead and check my email just to see if we had, I'm pretty sure I saw Katie R had a donation come in. Let's just see any others that we have lined up here today, and we'll get them on the list. Yes, Katie R is our only other donation that I see thus far. Yes, okay. Full reading. Oh, my computer's being so slow. I probably should have closed like half the programs and tabs that I have open before we started. Let me close Zoom. I don't need that open right now. Like, why do I need that open right now? Let's quit Zoom. Sorry. Stand by as I close out of all these things real quick because my computer just started lagging. Hopefully it's not lagging on your end, but it's definitely lagging on mine. Close. Okay. So Katie R, it looks like she's got her question here. Awesome. So let's get into Mardell's question. She wants to know what's in store for her over the next 6 months. So that would put us into what, March? So like November, December, January, February, March, April, May. I was so wrong. May! We're looking between now and May for Mardell. What's in store for Mardell between now and May of 2024, the next 6 months? Ooh. Okay, we got this one. Okay. Ooh, we have the Lovers card and the Nine of Cups. Oh my goodness. So, the Lovers doesn't always have to be romantical. But what I'm getting from this is it's a major decision you're making or a big choice, and not just a random little choice. This is a life-changing decision you're making between now and then, so over these next 6 months, that is going to lead to some recognition, reward, wish fulfillment. Happiness always comes with this, just like emotional, just like this tickle in your stomach, this like feeling of just joy and elation always comes with this Nine of Cups energy. And so there's going to be something worth celebrating over these next 6 months, which is really exciting. But the celebration is going to be because of a choice you're making. So this is not just some random, there could be random good things, which we're always here for, right? So there could be some random good things going on, but this to me feels like this is indirect, like result, or like the end result of a choice you've made, decision you've made that is leading to happiness and just excitement and reward. And it's not always though, the Nine of Pentacles is more of I put in all this hard work and effort and now I'm reaping I'm reaping what I've sown, or I'm reaping the harvest of the seeds I've planted and worked really hard for. This is more of a, you've earned it, good karma coming your way. But also can be just, it feels random. But again, it's tied to a decision you're making. It feels like a good luck energy. What else does Mardell need to know over these next 6 months? Page of Pentacles. She's shopping for some flowers here. So, a lot of times when the Page of Pentacles comes out, it's like taking an opportunity, and that pentacle in the hand is like the seed, the Ace of Pentacles seed, that now you can either take this opportunity, make something happen with it, or you can let it pass you by. You can store it away for later, whatever decision you make. But with the Queen of Swords, it looks to me like you're very proactive with whatever this opportunity is that's coming your way. So there could be something you're doing, creating, maybe even something you're purchasing, because that could be purchasing power. She's literally shopping in a flower shop right now. Something you're purchasing, maybe that's the decision you're making, is to make some sort of purchase. It's going to lead to abundance, happiness, wish fulfillment. But it feels to me like you're really in charge of how this plays out, because the Queen of Swords is going to speak her truth and not allow other people to cut corners or to tell her what she's going to do or how she's going to act. She's in charge here. And, these owls, the owl on the card, owls do represent wisdom. So it's like you're using your wisdom from, past experience, or maybe at one point in your life, this opportunity came around and you either took it and failed, or you're just like, not for me, whatever it is. But again, it all is like centering around this decision you're making. Can we get some more information on what this decision is? This is a financial move? Is this a career move? Is this home? What is this? Well, definitely has to do with wealth and family. I always call this a generational wealth card, or leaving a legacy card. So this could involve your, home, paying off, home stuff. This could look like remodeling. This could look like upgrades. Again, there's multiple generations involved here. Quite literally, this could be even talking a little bit about, cousin chick reunion, or family reunion, family vacation, family trip. This to me, reminds me like, Oregon coast. Maybe we're planning a family trip. But everybody's showing up. Like, this feels like everybody's on board. Everyone's here for it, whatever it is. Wish fulfillment, money coming in. I mean, this all feels really good. What else? Can this be my reading too? What else? Okay. So we have here the King of Cups and the Two of Pentacles. So there's going to be some decision or kind of weighing of options with something. So in order to maybe free up space to be able to do one thing, you're going to have to let go of something else that takes up a lot of your time. That could be a factor. But this is a card usually that's out of balance, and you're working real hard to keep that balance. I mean, he's literally balancing on a plate, on a ball, while juggling. Like, that's a lot. You can only keep that kind of energy up for so long before you crash and burn, right? But I love that what came out with that card is the King of Cups. The humpback whale here. I think that's the kind of whale that is. Correct me if I'm wrong, anyone that knows whales better than I do. I want to say that's a humpback whale. Intuitively, that's what I'm getting as well. So I'm pretty sure that's what that is. But King of Cups is all about emotional balance. So you might kind of swing the pendulum from emotionally unbalanced to, wow, what was I thinking? Everything's fine. I'm going to be fine. But again, this can even be excited energy, because to get that energy to do all this that this guy's doing, it's very excited energy. It's very on. You're not just resting on your laurels. You're moving. You're making things happen. You're moving and shaking and going and coming and going and moving and grooving. You're on the move. You're busy. But this is maybe even about making time for self-care, self-love, taking some time off if that's something, again, family vacation maybe, something like that. Anything else Mardell needs to know over these 6 months? Ooh, the 10-90 ratio. And this does remind me, it's like the 80-20 rule as well. And it's really interesting how those scales, it's like abundance is really coming in on one side, where maybe you're going to have to, again, the balance card, feeling unbalanced or out of balance with something. you're going to have to, again, maybe make a bit of a sacrifice in spending time, money, attention, effort into one thing, kind of pull back in that area and put it in another area. That's what that feels like to me. Let's get one more before we close out. Anything else Mardell needs to know? Leap of faith. So you're trusting your intuition and you're taking a leap of faith. And maybe you're leaping off of this plate and ball situation before the crash and burn happens. So that could be, I don't know, it doesn't feel financial to me. It feels more just day to day. Like if we're talking energy or like currency, this feels like energetic. Like maybe spending time online doing this one thing when instead maybe you could take that time or, you know, whatever effort you're putting into that and instead pull back in that area and put it over here. And it doesn't have to be like online. That was just an example, but pulling back in one relationship to be able to put effort into a different relationship, something like that as well. But I'm hearing give and take, but by following your intuition, you're going to know when to leap or what opportunities to grab, which ones to allow to pass you by, if that's the thing. I don't know. I feel like we need one more. Anything else for Mardell? Oop. Yeah, I love it. So we're kind of now repeating ourselves with that family and home card of the 10 of Pentacles. So home and family is going to be very important to you. And let me see, what is your 4th house? That's with Scorpio. So 8, 9, 10, 11. So Aquarius. You have an Aquarius 4th house, which is interesting because Saturn's currently transiting in your 4th house, Mardell, which makes a lot of sense why you're wanting to do these upgrades and just make things better around where you're at. And repairs. You know, Saturn is that planet of karma, so it's also about just showing up every day and putting in the work and putting in the effort. So it makes a lot of sense why you're really like focusing on you know, all the stuff that you're focusing on with your home situation, which is so cool. Yeah. And I want to say that Saturn will be there till early 2025 in your 4th house, Mardell. So these repairs might not all happen overnight, but again, they're taking place when they need to take place. So yeah. And on the back of the deck, we have 9th house of learning and faith. So there might be, you know, again, a bump up or an increase in your spirituality. Also, 9th house is, again, a travel card. So that's come up twice in your reading as well. So there might be some travel. Yeah. Fun. Looks good, though. I mean, all this looks really good. So let me stagger these back in. This is the part that takes the longest, I think. It's just getting everything put back. But I hope that resonated, Mom. Great reading. I'm looking forward to the next 6 months. Yes. It feels good, though. It does feel good. Okay, so Katie R is next, and anyone else to donate will be on the block after Katie R. Otherwise, if that's the only other donation we have, we are going to move into our giveaway and our drawing, which is always so much fun. Okay, so take a drink of my lemonade as well. Okay. So let me go over to my email for Katie's question. Katie, just let me know you're here. If I don't see you in the next second or so, minute or so, I will timestamp just in case. I know sometimes people get pulled away for whatever reason or have to go or what have you. I ended up getting that job that you said I would get. Oh, yay! And I really like it. I've been working there for a month now already. Today, I would like to know what is next in love for me. I'm not desperate, just curious. I love it. Not desperate, just curious. All right, Katie's not desperate. She's just curious. Hello there. There she is. That's exciting. I just got chills on the crown, which I'm not cold. It's not cold in here. I got a stocking hat on as well. So, like, something's shaking up. And oh, is there an emperor coming into your life? I mean, let's bypass all these knights and pages and kings. Let's get right to the emperor for Katie. At the very least, let's just put this into your energy field of you just wanting to be leveling up and being the best version of yourself, not to attract a man. Again, you're not desperate. You're just curious, right? This is about just feeling really good about who you are and just leveling yourself up to be that version of yourself that you know that you are deep down, and embodying that and just living from that place. This also could, I know you're not asking about career, and we've already touched into that in that other reading we did for you, but this to me feels like a level up in career. And that might be directly when this love does come into your life, you're also elevating in your career or leveling up in your career as well. But let's get some more information on Katie's love life, or just curious. She's just curious. She's just curious. She's not interested in her current options. Yeah. So let's see what's going on here. Yeah, the Hermit. So for a minute now, just for a minute, you're going to be taking some time again to really tune into who you are, what you want to accomplish in this life, what lights you up, what brings you joy, what new skills do you want to learn, what again, just really focusing on your own self-development and happiness. Again, the Hermit does not mean you're going to be alone forever or anything like that. In fact, what this combination is telling me is that your next partner will be someone who is more on that spiritual plane, someone who just has that spiritual side to them that a lot of people don't, or that is actually curious or willing to tune into that more spiritual side, where your average person just is kind of like, I'm here to make some coin and drink a beer and watch the game. And no, this person has a very spiritual or deep side to them that at the very least they're curious about spirituality. If not, they already have their own kind of spiritual life, spiritual practice going on. And I think that's exactly what you're looking for, is somebody who you can meet on an even deeper level than just the mental, the physical, and the emotional. You want that spiritual aspect as well. Yeah. But look at this. There's definitely going to be some major shifts and changes in your love life at some point coming up, because 3 major arcanas here. Yeah, these cards are all horizontal, so they're a little harder to hold, but they're so pretty. We're using them tonight. The Moon. And this really is about you trusting your intuition. If you're just not feeling a connection from the beginning, you can almost just say, yeah, I'm not going to go down that road. I already know. We could be friends or, acquaintances or whatever. I'm just not feeling it. And trust yourself. Trust your intuition above all, because your intuition knows very well. I'll continue to work on myself because I want the real deal. Profound lack of human touch is only mildly crippling for me. For now, right? Yeah. And, you can just, I don't know, hug a cat, hug a tree, hug a child, those, I mean, it's not as the intimate touch, but it is still, human connection, that can help alleviate some of that for you. But let's see anything else Katie can do in the meantime. Stop it. You got the magic touch. 4 major arcanas in a row. So there's definitely some level up going on in your love life at some point. And I don't always like to give time frames. I know people like to get them. Let's just see if we can tune into as close of a time frame. I am seeing the 8 of Wands on the back. That is the second, if not the fastest moving card in the deck. Second, maybe only to the Knight of Swords. Very quick moving energy. But at the same time, if it's not literally tomorrow or the next day or next week, it's going to feel like this time goes by quickly between now and stop. The World. So how many major arcanas now? 5 major arcanas and then the 8 of Wands. So with the World card here as well, the Magician and the World, this almost looks like the same energy. Like this, almost like the same picture, but just like on a different day. And what I'm hearing is like, on this day, God created blah, blah, blah. On this day, God created whatever. Like that's the vibe I'm getting with these two. But this is like you creating your reality. You creating like the right circumstance for you to meet this person, or for this person to align with you and to come into your life. But you're in more control or more in charge of that than you're thinking or giving yourself credit for at this time. So I guess the quicker you can come on board with realizing that as you work on yourself, you're also working on this future connection, maybe even trying to connect to this person's inner self or higher self or spirit or whatever resonates most for you, can kind of fast track this thing. Let's just see any information about Katie possibly being able to connect to this person's higher self. Hi, Wrigley. Oh, what's going on here? Apparently, something's trying to create a screenshot. Okay, I didn't touch anything that I know of. Okay, go away, weird pop-ups. Okay. All right. How can Katie fast track this? And my son Wrigley's apparently joining us here in the middle of the reading. Another major arcana, but it's the Hanged Man. So this is going to take a shift in perspective. Because at the heart of the Hangman, it really is about that perspective shift, not so much about just being stuck or feeling stuck, which you might be right now. But again, you did say you're not desperate, you're curious. So allow that curiosity to allow you to see things from a different perspective, because that will help you, figure out what you need to do. I want one more. Wrigley's here to join us. You show everyone you're missing tooth. At your age, it's not considered weird. And then what? Another major arcana, Katie. Major arcana.
Where's Grandma?
So this really does, I know it's the Wheel of Fortune, and it makes sense that the carousel is in like a wheel formation, but it's almost reminding me of that world energy of being able to close out. Don't do that, please. To close out those old cycles so that you don't have to repeat those in this new relationship that's going to be coming in. Yes, he's a scene stealer. How many major arcana? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of your 8 cards were major. So there's definitely a major shake-up, wake-up, quake-up coming to your love life. Oh, I was going to try to get a time frame, wasn't I?
Well, where's Grandma?
She was here earlier. We did her reading just a minute ago. Time frame for Katie's love coming in. 3 of Swords. Okay, so it's going to be determined on your healing. Again, healing from those past relationships, past connections. Healing that energy, or, closing those cycles out will determine the timeline. And the sooner and more thorough you can be with that work, the sooner this mystery man's coming in your life. That Emperor that we tuned into the very first card. Look at that. Wow. Yeah, so you have a lot more control here than you know. That we've already established well before that, and this is telling you the same thing. When you can cut those cords or remove those cords, do that healing, do whatever it is that you feel intuitively, if you want to create a whole big ritual out of it, or if you want it to be more just kind of low-key, or, run-of-the-mill, or if you want to go all out and, light some candles and write out something, burn something, whatever you need to do.
Oh, yes.
Yes. And then look what's on the back of the deck. Stop it. I swear to God, this is not just like a major arcana deck. I mean, look, we've got all the 78 tarot cards in here. Those were not your message, by the way. This is your message. Look at that. The High Priestess. So this really is about you tuning into the energy that's underlying all the energy. And again, intuition much? Yes. You got 2 very intuitive and empathic cards here with the Moon and the High Priestess. The Magician is all about you being able to manifest what it is you want. And again, with the timing of it, it's about doing the work, the healing from past connections, and healing anything within you that makes you feel not worthy or unloved or cool worm. Get off the screen. Bruh. Aw, that was a very empowering reading. Well, I'm so glad. You got this. So just really level up with yourself, whatever that looks like for you personally. Almost even taking yourself out on dates, because bringing yourself that joy, that love, that affection, that attention that you're craving from another can help, again, bring that other in. And it's not that they're completing you, they're just complementing who you already are. All right. Awesome, Katie. Love it. All right. I think Mona had donated next, aka Rosie. Mona, Rosie. Mona. All right. Let's see. Mona. Yes, it was Mona. Mona donated. Go ahead and post your question. We'll get right into it for you, Mona. All right. So, Wrigley, where's Boston? Is he playing 2K?
Yeah.
Can you not be in here right now if you're just going to play Minecraft?
No.
You probably shouldn't be messing around with Boston's game.
Oh, this is both of ours?
Does he know that?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want you in here, though. You're distracting. It's okay if you're in here to, like, contribute, but if you're just in here to play that game, you gotta go. Let's go. You want to get disciplined on a live stream? That'd be fun. Hi, Rosie. Hi, Mona. Go ahead and post your question or whatever it is you want to know. We'll get right into it for you. before I 86 my kid out of this room.
No.
Worm, you gotta go.
Do I?
Yeah. Hand me my water. I will manually turn that computer off if you don't go.
How? Oh. Wait, no, stop.
3.
Stop. Wait. No, please.
Let's go.
3 seconds. Wait.
Mona has posted her question. You gotta go.
Fine.
Okay, bye.
No.
Nope.
You shouldn't turn off the computer.
Okay,
No, Mom. Bye.
bye. Bye. Don't play that in here. Okay. Now that we've gotten rid of our distractions, right? I'm like, do I really have to discipline you on a live stream? Because it'll happen. You're out. All right. So, Rosie wants to know, what should I be grateful for or looking for gratitude from me? So, what should I be grateful for or is looking for gratitude from me? Or am I being grateful for? Or am I not being grateful for? Something in that area. Okay. So let's ask kind of 2 questions with this. So what is it you should be grateful for or is looking for more gratitude from you? We'll kind of keep that as its own question for Mona, tuning into Mona's energy. Ooh, here it is. The 8 of Wands. This is something to do with your purpose or the things you're very passionate about. But let's get a little bit of more information on that. Yeah, 4 of Swords. And we have all these pencils in a cup. So I don't know if you like literally are an artist or if this is just more metaphorical, whatever it is that feels artistic or creative to you. If you've been sleeping on the job of your creativity or the things you are passionate about that involve some sort of creative element to them, now's the time to show the gratitude for your talents or your gifts by utilizing said talents and gifts. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So, whatever it is that lights you up in the field of creativity, whether it's interior design, whether it's painting or photography or, what else? I don't know, making sculptures out of clay or pottery or just all the creative things, any creative thing you can think of, writing, graphic design, book design, I don't know, stuff. Anything in the realm of creativity you can think of that you haven't been spending much time doing, you can show your gratitude and appreciation for that in your life by doing more of it. And even if it's something you used to do a lot, but you're not doing right now, or you're taking a break from it, it might be time to come back to it. So that is one specific message. I feel like we need maybe another area of life, just anything else that Mona might be lacking on gratitude. Okay, wow. So this is literally feeling left out or unworthy or like you don't have enough, that you aren't enough. So if you feel maybe possibly that your living situation isn't ideal or your relationship status isn't ideal, usually the pentacles kind of point more toward like our physical reality. Like, you can't be in here, please. Okay, no.
Boston's forcing me to
You're out.
get him a cheese sandwich or he's gonna break my
Okay.
ukulele.
You need to go tell Daddy to figure it out. This
He's
isn't
not
okay.
here. He's not here.
Where'd he go?
Go to the store.
Okay, then you need to go wait downstairs in your bedroom. I'm serious. You can't be in here. I'm on a live stream. These people have paid money and they don't deserve this. Oh my God, it's Mom 30 apparently. But a lot of times when things are happening and this is your reading, these are relevant to your reading. So there might have been distractions, or you might have felt like you were off course or off guard, or something you expected didn't happen the way you wanted it to. And usually, again, like I was saying before he rudely interrupted us yet again, this is about like your stability, your security, financial stuff. Even if you do have everything you need, maybe it's not, as shiny and pretty, or, maybe it's starting to wear out or needs upgraded in some way. That's the element. Maybe you do have the roof over your head, but, the faucet's leaking and the floor is peeling up and, oh my gosh, I think there's ants in the kitchen, whatever it is. So there are improvements or gratitude you can show for the things you already have. And allow yourself the time, the energy, the money, or whatever it is to upgrade those things without feeling like like, oh, you're not good enough, so I'm upgrading you. No, in fact, you're actually showing your appreciation to the home, or whatever it is that's creating the stability and security in your life by tending to and nurturing and cleaning up and upgrading these areas. There's part of me that says, but Rosie, whenever part of it tries to create, right? There you go. So there might be that resistance because you're meant to do these things. And sometimes it's okay to be met with some resistance. And a lot of times, I struggled for 4 years to get back into writing book 2 of my series that's now rapidly expanding beyond like 5 books. Yeah, that's same with me. I'm like, well, if I don't write the words as perfectly as I can from the beginning, I'm a loser. I'm not worthy. No, because that's what the editing or the drafting process and the revising process is all about. Is you can't edit a blank page, in my example, but for you, what ask why am I scared of diving into that creative side of myself? Is it because you think someone's going to laugh at it, or you can't monetize it, or bring income in because of it, or you feel like that's a thing that a lot of creatives struggle with is, well, if I can't monetize this, then it's a waste of time because I need to always be making money and earning and being productive. And no, that's not the point of creativity in and of itself. Yes, it can act as an income for many of us, but if you're just sitting down and looking at like even if you didn't do this exact creative thing as a child, think of any creative thing you did do as a child. You didn't have all these adult pressures on your shoulders or in your head about making it perfect. No, you were just having fun, testing out colors and, splash here, a splash there. It wasn't about having this perfect, immaculate, meticulous end result. It was just about doing the thing and having fun doing the thing. And if you can bring a bit of that like childlike creativity back into whatever creative process you have going on, that's going to benefit you so much. So if it is drawing or painting or whatever, I would say for that example to, buy yourself a brand new sketchbook and just devote, even if it's only a half hour a week, just start small. You don't have to go big or go home or anything like that, but just start small. And even if you have to put reminders in your calendar or agenda or, on your like calendar app on your phone or whatever, to just allow yourself 10 minutes to explore this creative idea, or 30 minutes, or however, you can do your soul searching and figure out how much time you want to devote to your creativity. And I would say, if you're not sure what creative avenue to devote that time to, make that your first step, is to figure out, well, what creative endeavor or project, or, is it going to be painting? Is it going to be drawing? Is it going to be whatever? Figure that out first, and then kind of come up with a plan. Yeah, if you don't want to tell people, that's even better, because then it's just for you and it's just to play around. And hey, if you come up with something really cool and then you want to show it off, that's great. But that's not why you're doing it. So yeah. So I would say test the waters on that. Show that gratitude to your creativity or your creative side by being creative or allowing yourself to be creative. That's really going to benefit you a lot this coming year. So let's see kind of the second part of your question, which is about something. I knew it was here. Where is it? Or am I not being grateful for something in that arena? Let's just see if there's something you're not being grateful for. We have the Two of Swords here. So this is, to me, about your own mind, about your own thoughts, or even sometimes feeling undecisive, or like you're unable to make a decision or make a move on something. And what I'm seeing with this is you, instead of like getting on yourself, like if it's hard for you to make a choice or you feel very like muddled in your thinking, instead of getting on yourself about that, just feel into it. Again, this might take a bit of journaling, because we're kind of shifting more to the mental process rather than the physical or tangible process. So this is more like a mental process of decision making, or flight or freeze when it comes time to make a major choice or even a minor choice. And there is, I can't remember the name of the book, but there's this book that talks about how every decision you make, whether it's, what to make for breakfast, what to wear that day, like every decision you make, and maybe someone here in the chat knows what book or what this is I'm talking about, but I completely forgot. But a lot of CEOs or, people that are in like positions of power, or just really successful in what they do, they like streamline. They'll have like the same thing for breakfast every morning. They have like what they call like a uniform that they know, but they don't have to make that choice every morning, because then they can take that decision making ability that they, spent all these little decisions on just to get going for their day. They can actually spend that on the tasks at hand or the big work that they set out to do. So there could be something like that where you can really streamline your morning routine or something like that, so that you can save that decision making time for your bigger things. Yeah, the prefrontal cortex, there you go. It's going to take time and effort and work. And I really, again, do we literally have someone sitting here painting or drawing? One of the two. This person is just honing their skills. They're in a really beautiful, doing it in a very beautiful environment. So even if you kind of going back to the first part of your question, or that first question there, really beautifying or kind of romanticizing the process of getting creative. So set up your desk or whatever, first declutter it, because who can think in this clutter? Not a lot of people. I get by, but like I don't write in this room because it is so cluttered right now, and I can't think when all this is going on. So decluttering your mental space, your physical space, before you set yourself up to be creative, and then maybe you're making your special coffee or your special tea or something that you only will allow yourself to have or drink or do while you're being creative, so that it kind of just creates this habit or this structure to your creativity. And of course, then after a while, you're like, I don't want to do that anymore. Feel free to change it up at any time. But going back to this decision making process, it's going to take effort and time, and just kind of getting used to by going through the actual motions of doing the thing, making the choice, shifting your routine to make those decisions even easier to make. Anything else Rosie needs to know about all of this? King of Pentacles. Yeah, he's just looking like he's living his best life. But this really is a card of like success and business acumen. So if you have your own business, or just really utilize businessy skills in day-to-day life in your career, this is, I always call this like the Midas touch card as well, the King of Pentacles. When you get this card, this is about stepping into that like divine masculine energy that you have, to be able to take action and put in that work, and that will make that decision making even easier for you. And also, if the decision doesn't take you in the direction of your dreams or your goals, I would say the decision is actually going to be easy, because if it's not taking you in a direction you want to go, the answer can be no. And maybe you're saying yes. You might have a lot of people around you asking for things, or just people that are invading boundaries that maybe you're not like comfortable setting. So this might be about you setting very clear boundaries with certain people, or things going on at work, or even just with yourself. Like, okay, I'm done with work for the day. Now it's my creative time. Like, that's like setting boundaries is going to be very important, and making choices or decisions around boundaries is also coming up. But if it's not taking you in the direction of your goals or your desires, and of course, we're all going to have, especially if you work for someone that's not yourself, you're going to be doing things day to day at work that you don't necessarily want to, and that's not necessarily bringing you to your goals and desires. And of course, sometimes we need that paycheck that our job provides, obviously, to then be able to live our best life or whatever. So of course, we're going to have to use our intuition here, Rosie, about, okay, if it's a work thing, of course, you kind of have to go with it. Unless it's like a moral issue, then of course, you will be examining that. But if it's like, you get assigned this project that you're just really not like happy about, of course you're going to have to show up every day and make decisions and do what you need to do with that. But I'm talking more personal life, the things you do have control or power over. This is about you. If it's not a heck yeah, it's a no. So you might be saying no a lot more to certain things. And don't say no because it makes you uncomfortable. Just really examining, why am I saying no? Am I saying no because I legit, this doesn't vibe with me, or it's not taking me in the direction I want? Or am I saying no because it scares me? Like your creativity stuff where it scares you. So you're like, oh, that scares me, so I'm going to say no. Of course, using your intuition to really examine these things, but it's all having to do with your thought process and your decision making. That is shifting, because you're sending more gratitude in that direction by showing up and putting the work in day after day after day, and really changing those like neural pathways to create a routine that's going to make decision making even easier for you. Yeah, I hope that resonated. I hope that brought up some things to think about or journal about. And you might have to rewatch this back a little bit because we went a couple directions with it, but I hope this brought some clarity to what you could be more grateful for and what you can, or what you, the other part of the question about what you might have been taking for granted or not really giving the gratitude to. Yeah. Hello, Jessica. Hello. Yes, we are doing so well. Thank you. I wish the same for you as well. All right. Well, I think we've reached the end of our donation list. I do. Yes, we have. So it's time for our giveaway. Who wants to do a giveaway? Bum, bum, bum. All right. So yes, let's tune into that. Everybody who's here, we have 8 people here, which is quite a few for this portion of our live stream, which is exciting. So if you're new here or have never participated in the giveaway portion of the live stream, there's really no rules, but here are kind of the directions. So starting right now, you can just start shouting out tarot cards, because I'm going to shuffle and pull a card, and whatever tarot card I pull, whoever guesses or uses their intuition to figure out what card I have just pulled out of the deck wins a 1111 value reading, a 1-card read. But you know me, I can never just do 1 card. Even with the little giveaway that's, you don't need your question, I just give a reading. A 1-card read is never usually just 1 card either anymore. So yes, so go ahead and start guessing tarot cards. I'm going to pull our card, and whoever guesses what card this is will win. It's right here. I love this. Cool. Okay, go ahead. And if we're like, going and no one's getting it, I will narrow it down and tell you it's a major arcana or it's a pentacle or whatever it is. All right. So go ahead and get your guessers going. We've got 2 people guessing or using your intuition. Maybe you're not guessing. Maybe you're using your intuition. Okay. So I will narrow it down. It is a swords card. It's a swords. So ace through king. So we've got your ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Your page, your knight, your queen, your king. Boom. It's one of those. But it's not the 6 of swords. So it's a sword, but not the 6 of swords that Rosie has already guessed. What is it, you guys? What is it? Maybe I can do this, since this is not like the traditional Rider-Waite depiction. This is the card. But what is it? It's a swords card. It's a swords card. We know that much. Which one is it? Let's take some hints on here. There's a child. They are either reading, looking at a book, or about to write something, maybe. These are all hints as to what card this is. What card is it? What card is it? Oh, you both guessed the 9 of Swords. The 9 of Swords does deal with like anxiety, stress, sleepless nights. This to me feels more open to learning something, possibly. Keep coming. Keep them coming. KK, you got it. Page of Swords. It's the Page of Swords. Love it. All right. Nice work, KK. You won yourself a reading. And of course, everybody who's here. So KK, go ahead and figure out a question you want to ask. You can ask it in the chat. If you don't have a question, you can just leave it open as a general. That's fine too. But everybody else, and also KK, if you want to be entered into our drawing, which we're going to draw a name here after I write them out. This is a perpetual drawing. You do not need to be present to win. So if 3 live streams from now, I draw your name out of here. And Amber A, I know you won recently. I think I told you about that though. Like, it's been a while. Not like recent, but like less than a month ago probably. You did win. I think I told you that though. If I didn't tell you, I'm telling you now. Go look for it. Okay. So if you want to be entered in the drawing, put a 999 in the chat and I will write your name on this, and we're going to put you right in our drawing cup. We have all these from past live streams that are still in here. So if you have put your name in this hat before and have not been drawn, chances are you're still going to be drawn at some point because your name's in there. Amber A, let's get you in there. All right. Anyone else that's just lurking, hanging out, feel free to let us know by putting a 999 in the chat that you want to be entered into our drawing. Yes, I did. I thought I did, but I wanted to make double sure. Oh, we got some people lagging behind. It looks like Katie's lagging maybe a bit there. But we can still win, have Katie possibly win this perpetual drawing tonight. Katie R. Let's put her name in the hat. Ooh. Anyone else? That includes you too, KK. Even though you won the drawing or giveaway, doesn't mean you can't also be entered in the drawing. No worries. I get it. I've been there. I've been like talking like it was live and I'm 5 minutes behind everybody. Rosie. I always forget what you have. Oh, it's --YouTube. Okay. Rosie is entered to win. Yes, let's enter KK as well. KK. Boom. Okay. Anyone else? You have 10 seconds to get a 999 in the chat. Drop it in there. And then we'll drop your name in the hat. And we're going to draw right like 9 seconds, 8 seconds from now, 6. Very soon. Anyone else? I will still honor anyone coming in late. If they do enter a 999 at any point for the rest of this live stream, I will still put you in here. But of course, I can't draw your name today because we're already drawing as of right now. Anyone else? Okay, here's the winner. Who is it? Who is it? It's Marlene! She's won a few times now, and I haven't seen her since she won the last time. So Marlene, let's see. Oh no, I don't have to timestamp it quite yet, but I do have to timestamp it because she's not here. Yay, Marlene! So we will timestamp Marlene when the time comes, but KK won the drawing. So your name's still in here. Everybody that just entered tonight, your name is still in here. We might draw it 3 live streams from now. We might draw it this coming Friday, the next time I'm live, or 3 weeks from now. We just never know. And I will timestamp if you're not here, like I'm going to timestamp for Marlene. So just check, even if you can't make every live stream, which, you know, who has time for that? I get it. So you don't have to be present to win. I will just leave a comment on each live stream if someone's not here that won the drawing, and I will put their name and the timestamp. So you don't have to watch the whole thing just to see if you won. I will be getting you that shortcut of that timestamp on a future live stream. So those of you that are here and you miss a few live streams, don't worry about it. You can just click on that video, check the comment. Usually that's the only comment on each video is my timestamps there. And if you see your name there, click your timestamp and get your free reading. All right. So let's get into KK's question, which starts out, this is the underlying energy of your question. So there might be some news coming in or just some ruminating, some thoughts that you're getting out on paper, quite possibly. A lot of times, though, the Page of Swords is about getting good news. It's usually good news, not always, but I'm really getting a good news vibe from this. It's a very innocent news. It feels very good. You might even literally be getting news that someone you know is having a baby, or something really good news about their child is coming through. Could be your child. I don't know if you have children or not. Just some good news coming in. But let's see. Anything else? Yeah, whatever direction it goes. General reading for KK. Ooh, we got a flipper here. Ooh, Queen of Pentacles. So it's like mother-child energy. And that doesn't have to be that you're the mother. If you don't have children, this could be your connection with your own mother. Living or gone, whatever is going on here. But this to me feels like getting this bit of news and then making something happen with this news. Yay, go for some positive news, positive vibes. Because the Queen of Pentacles, I always call her like Miss Entrepreneur, or like she'll take, you know, whatever's lying around and just make a really amazing thing out of it. She's like, you know, someone who could repurpose an old chair into like a piano or something. Like that's the vibe I'm getting, is whatever this news is you're getting. I mean, it could even be a thought that pops into your head that triggers some big idea for you or epiphany that you are ready to like plant that seed and make it into something. So it's like taking the idea and making it into something tangible or physical or into the reality. Very cool. Could even be some upgrades you're doing just in your physical space, like cleaning, cleansing, clearing, reorganizing. Yeah. And then the higher octave of the Queen of Pentacles, I always call her the lower octave of the Empress. You got the Empress, and this is like mother energy, big time. So if you're not a mother and you're doing all the things that could possibly make you a mother, just be careful if that's not what you want. If you have that connection to your own mother, maybe you're spending time with her or giving her a phone call or something like that. But there's this motherly connection, even just around your friends, your connections, whatever you have going on in your personal life. It's like you're nurturing those around you. And that includes your own inner child. I mean, we can't also ignore the fact that this could be an inner child message, just a healing of the inner child, or even spending time or allowing yourself time to do the things you did enjoy as a child, which maybe you're not playing Barbies or, whatever it is you did as a child, that maybe you're not doing those as an adult, but you're finding an adult way to show up in that energy. For me personally, I used to love to color. I used to love to also like cut like ladies and kids and bedrooms and stuff out of like catalogs and like play paper dolls. But like the, I guess, adult version of that would be like the adult coloring books or doing like Pinterest stuff, Oh, one little boy, I'm definitely the nurturer. I love that. So maybe even spending time with your little boy while also doing things that nurture your own inner child. Um, you know, there's a lot of ways we can show up for those people we love, but also be showing up for ourselves at the same time. Maybe tomorrow you're spending some time doing some cooking, or in the near future, doing some time. I mean, this is a spread here. This is not just let me whip up a box of mac and cheese. Like, this mother went to town and put her love and her effort. Look at that. Yeah. And even if, again, you don't have to do literally the things you did as a child, like run around, try to skin your knees outside. Like, you don't have to go that route, but do something that would, just inspire that inner child within, that feels good to your adult sized inner child, if that makes sense. But a lot of times just playing, whatever game, or chasing your child around and tickle a monster or whatever, it just really enlivens that own inner child with us. And even, like just me personally, like just watching my boys learn about the world and explore things. And, we made slime for the first time, and just watching them interact with the world around them, that really lit up my own personal inner child as well. So doing, things that maybe you haven't done with your kid or haven't done for a while, just maybe doing them for the first time, and just watching him light up, and that, lights up that inner child for you as well. Yeah. Oh, we have the Wheel of Fortune as well. So there might even be like some money coming in as a result of something that you've been spending time doing. And Seven of Cups, which is about options. There's a lot of options here. And at the heart of the Seven of Cups, I always have to mention there is hope. So if a situation, a connection, something you've been spending a lot of time doing feels very hopeless or helpless, just know that there is hope here, and there's options, there's alternatives, there's different opportunities that you can take to elevate your life, or to make you feel like, the wheels of justice or the wheels of karma are shifting in your favor, in your direction finally. Especially if things haven't been feeling great, or things have been difficult or hard, there's a major shift or change coming to that energy for you. So hang in there just a little longer if you don't feel these changes or shifts happening already. I would say within the next week, some good news is coming in, or some really good idea that you're going to be able to allow to grow and manifest in your life. Because Empress, I always say, is like the master manifester. Yes, the Magician is like the manifesting card, but the Empress takes those ideas, those epiphanies, the alchemy of the Magician, and actually makes it a reality. So yeah, you're going to be doing some of that here coming up. All right, congrats again, KK, on winning the giveaway. Now we're going to be jumping into our drawing. We're at 123.57 for Marlene. Marlene has won our giveaway tonight. We pulled your name out of our perpetual cup over here. Marlene. So if you have a question in mind, I know you're not here, but on the replay, you can pause. That's the beauty of the replay. You can just pause it, and we'll get right into it. If you don't have a question in mind, just want to leave this open general, that's fine too. Of course, the cards, there's no such thing as like time in the realm beyond this earth. So whatever your question is, or if you don't have a question at all and just want to leave it open, that energy's already registered. So here we go. What does Marlene need to know? Ooh, we got 2, 3, couple. We got a couple. We got. They all just wanted to come out. Marlene got the whole deck. Well, the first one to literally fall into my lap is the Sun card. So there might literally be something falling into your lap that brings you happiness, that brings you joy. Could have to do with the children or a pet. We do have a dog here. Traditionally, the Sun card has a child on the card. We also have the Knight of Cups, moving in a direction that feels more fulfilling, and the Page of Pentacles, which is like more child energy, but an opportunity to start something or begin something new project, new passion, something you're excited about. Might involve the family or children, maybe even teenagers, but I'm really seeing maybe just younger than teenage age if we're looking at that. Something that's going to bring you a lot of joy, maybe something, wow, it could even be some sort of reward or recognition your children are getting, or an accomplishment, something that they've overcome. One of them. Intuitively, you'll know if it's one or the other or the other. Let's see. What is this? What is this for Marlene? What else does she need to know about this? Yeah, King of Wands. Okay, so this to me feels like a whole family affair. We got a Page, we got a Knight, we got a King, we got the Sun card. This just feels like a big family, exciting. Like this is motivational, this is passionate, this is fun and joyful. So something, maybe literally something we're celebrating or just spending time together as a family, like maybe family game night or something, could really help bring some happiness and joy into the home. Maybe you're doing like chores and cleaning and stuff, but you're involving everybody, and instead of griping about, oh, I don't want to put my socks away, like they're actually into it, and it just makes things flow for you. That could be another message here as well. Yeah, I hear pleasantly surprised. So there might be a pleasant surprise coming that you just maybe literally falls into your lap, and maybe the kids are bringing you breakfast in bed or something. It could be something cute like that. But yeah, there's an opportunity possibly falling into your lap that involves a benefit to the whole family as well, as another side message. All right. Well, I hope that resonated for you, Marlene. You'll have to let me know. All right. And give me my garbage can again. All right. So I think we have reached the end of our donation list and our giveaway and our drawing. So let's see. Oh, was I in the wrong mailbox? How did I get switched to the wrong mailbox here? Okay. Well, we're still on the right track. We're still caught up on our donations, but yeah, yay, I'm ready for the major shift. I feel like my door's about to open, says KK. Aw, well, I'm wishing you nothing but the best, sending so many positive vibes your way, and you are most welcome. Absolutely. Thanks for hanging out with us. Well, everybody else who's here as well, thank you for hanging out with us, and who was here earlier and who will watch on the replay, you're involved too. You just didn't know it yet. Well, I'm gonna go, but I will see you guys on Black Friday. What a like ominous name for the day after our gratitude, right? Black Friday. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, so funny. All right, well, you guys, I will see you then. Thanks again so much for all those likes, comments, shares, subscribes, donations, and all the things. I will see you Friday at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. Be there or don't. You can watch the replay as well if you want to. But I will see you then or not. All right, you guys, have a wonderful evening, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Brandy Lynn's like, ah! Bye, you guys.